The Edelweiss Dairy Business Plan. My name's Michelle.
I'm Devin.
I'm Delia.
The Edelweiss Dairy Business Plan has been based off of Manitoba, Haywood, because first of all, we have found a dairy farm for sale there. And also there is a possibility I may be moving to Manitoba. And all of us partners have a great passion for dairy industry, and thus we have chosen dairy as our project.
So we have found, as Michelle said, we found a pre-existing dairy in the small town of Haywood, Manitoba. It's actually just a few minutes west of the town. They have it listed so far at $4.2 million. We expect that we can offer a smaller amount as they have reduced the price once already. The farm is on almost 300 acres of land with access to land if need be somewhere else. The barn has 106 stalls, which means we have room for 100 cows. We will need to buy about 100 kilograms of quota from the government milk board. The parlor has a double 6 herringbone with auto takeoff jars and also air gates. There is a average sized feedlot for our heifer area. And also in that heifer feedlot area, they have head gates, which is super beneficial.
Edelweiss Dairy's partners strive to achieve their passion for dairy industry in a way that is profitable, holistic, and ethical. For a way for us to move forward and achieve our dreams, we have to identify goals, objectives, and values. Some of our goals are animal welfare, so making sure our animals are as comfortable as possible. Some of our objectives would be such as feeding at the same time every day. And our values, one of our values would be striving to improve our operation 5% annually in every aspect. This is just a way for us to dream big and think positive.
So this is the external analysis on our dairy farm. The pestle analysis analyzes different sectors and how they influence our farm. So politically, we have, of course, the supply management system that influences our farm, as we can only produce so much milk based on what the government says. Economically, supply management controls the price of our milk. Socially, we have different issues like animal welfare and environmental that society kind of influences us in our practices. Technologically speaking, we have different technologies that can help benefit our farm and increase efficiency and productivity. Legally, of course, we have certain regulations. And environmentally, global warming is a big issue, so we have to make sure we have the proper practices in place when we are running our operation. So our SWOT analysis shows different strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats to our farm. So one of the strengths actually is supply management. We can use that to benefit us as the operators. One of our weaknesses may be communication, so something that we can work towards being better at throughout the years. One of the two opportunities that we find that may be very beneficial is we have the ability to expand on our farm, and we have the ability to educate the public, especially young children, about our industry. And two threats we found to our farm was the vegan movement and animal activists, as they may impact our farm in many ways. So this is our financial plan for our dairy is very sophisticated. However, it can be very simplified through different aspects. So for our farm, we'll need to acquire some loans to balance out the startup costs. We'll need loans for machinery, animals, and quota. These will be yearly payments made in December, and we'll have interest rates between 3.8 and 5%. And our mortgage will be paid over 20 years, with the first 7 years of the interest rate being about 5.8%. After doing our financial statements, we realized that we need cash towards the end of the year, and we need to find another way to create more cash towards the end of the year to balance out those yearly payments.
So our marketing plan, as a dairy, we don't have to make a strict marketing plan. We can have ideas and kind of work off of them, but there is nothing set in stone that we need to do. So each month, dairy farmers actually put money towards the provincial milk boards, and they have their own marketing plan that they utilize for dairy farmers across the nation. So they put that money towards advertising, getting positive words out across many different platforms. Something that some dairy clubs are doing personally are they're doing breakfast on the dairy farm, and this is just allowing the general public to come in and really see what us dairy farmers are doing in a day-to-day adventure. Something that we can do as a personal farm is create a YouTube channel and really just almost influence and educate the public on what we do and how we do it.
Our human resources plan will not include any outside help, as we will not need it. With myself, Devin, and Delia is plenty enough resources to get all the work done. So this just outlines who will be doing what and just capitalizing on each of our strong suits. So one of our main management things is communication. As when there's good communication, there's a reduced amount of conflict. What also needs to be done is recording sweat equity. We will identify who's been working, who's been doing what tasks, and this just helps us identify who gets what when in the event that we were to sell out the farm.
Our operations plan is something that a little bit like it's a spin off the HR plan. This is just a more in-depth idea and plan of what each person individually is going to be doing daily, weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, and even seasonally. We've broken this down to minimize any type of conflict, and we've also built this off of each person's strengths and weaknesses. So therefore, I'm not going to be doing something that I'm not good at, because that will just not benefit the overall farm.
So this is our legal and risk management plan. So there's 4 different risks that we identified. There's physical risk, which is the risk of harm or injury to people. So we'll have insurance that covers, medical insurance that covers us, and a farm safety plan. Financially, there's not much risk to the quota system. We are protected by the government, more or less, by the fluctuating market. Environmentally, there are some uncontrollables like storms or high winds that can damage buildings, so we'll need to make sure we have the appropriate insurance available. In society, there's certain risks with animal activists of potential attacks that have been occurring within the industry, so we have to make sure the proper security measures and proper handling measures so that we aren't attacked by animal activists.
Overall, we have dived super deep into the inputs, outputs, everything that's going to be going on within the daily life of this farm. We've created protocols, assessment, risk management issues. We have assessed everything. Doing so in such a deep way will completely just allow us to flourish together as a group. Having minimal risks and minimal issues arise in the future will benefit the overall farm and our friendships. This is the Edelweiss Dairy Plan.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for following along.